farmers, welcome back to No Man's Land. Yes, harvest season is here. We're harvesting the wheat. I've already actually brought over a trailer load of wheat over to the silo, so harvest is going rather well. And I ended up leasing the Rostamash 330 Nova once again because, let's face it, it's the cheapest and I'm cheap right now. So any way I can save $1, I'm trying to find a way to do so. We are chopping the straw, and I know a lot of people, well, I don't should say a lot of people, a few people got upset last time that I should be putting the straw into a swath and baling it and selling the straw, and really, it is not worth it. Especially if we're playing on hard economy, not worth it. The cheapest baler in-game cost $1,200 to lease. So, I mean, yeah, I could lease the baler, that's not a problem, and make small bales. But right now, straw is going for $35 per 1,000. So I'm not going to make that much straw. I mean, at best, if I were to actually break even, I'd be shocked. We don't have enough fields to get enough straw, to actually make enough straw, to sell enough straw, to get my money back on the baler itself. So not worth it. But what it is worth, because I do have the chop straw mod, which allows us, when we chop straw into the field, to get some fertilization out of it. Now, I don't know how much it's supposed to give us. I have not checked yet. I figured I'd do that with you guys, but I did check on the PDA, and the PDA is showing that we are getting some fertilizer on the ground, so I'm just going to assume it's going to count as one fertilizing stage. That's the way it was in 17. I don't think I used this mod in 19, but I'm going to assume it was the same way in 19 as well. Let me get turned around here, and we'll check for ourselves. We get out of the tractor. That's the best way to check, right? Get out of your tractor and check the field. So if we walk over to the field, look at the ground. Yep, 50%. So we are getting one stage of fertilization from the chopped straw. So by not baling it, I'm not going to lose money, because I think I personally would. I don't think I'd get that over $1,000 worth of straw off these fields. Plus, I'm getting a stage of fertilization, so that saves me from having to lease a fertilizer spreader and buying fertilizer, get another stage of fertilizer on it. You know the routine, so this works out well for us. Now, I will say, probably in real life, putting chopped straw down on the ground, you're not going to get that much fertilization out of it as we are, but that's the way the mod works. So we're going to go with it for now. Obviously, in the future, when we get cows, we're definitely going to be baling up the straw for the use for the cows, but not really selling it per se. But anyways, today, yep, it's harvest day. We're going to be putting the wheat into the silo grain. Should have no problem stuffing it all in there. Well, I got to remind myself to keep my eye on the capacity of the harvester, because I just got done recording an episode of Griffin, Indiana, and those harvesters hold 120,000 liters of grain. And you can go a ways before those get filled up, so I gotta make sure I'm paying attention here. When this one doesn't even hold 5,000. Matter of fact, you know what? Probably shouldn't leave the harvester on when you get out of it. So we'll turn the header off at least, and we'll come over here and grab our T6 and go ahead and put it in to the trailer. Actually, I already got grain in the trailer. I shouldn't fill up the trailer at all. Let's see. Nope, it shouldn't. Almost, but it shouldn't. So we got 3 fields to harvest. We're going to shove all that grain into our silo. Like I said, that's going to be for the chickens for the next year. We also still got that barley from last season to put on in. I did get the other field over there that we're going to be making into a grass field. Made my mind up on that by the time we planted. Wait, why did a tree respawn? I got a tree over there. There were no trees in that field when I got done. Magical trees. I wonder if it's a Christmas tree. Well, I'll have another tree to take care of at least. So I had all the trees out. But anyways, the field is all plowed. I actually made myself a path going in out to the grass field from the forest, if you will. Actually, I can leave this tractor right here for now. So I'm all, I don't want to say all set, but I'm making headway inside the forest, if you will, to where we're going to be putting our sheep and cows at some point. Probably not going to place everything down until next season when it comes time to cut the grass, because that's when we'll need the silo bunker. By then, hopefully I'll have enough of the wood cut out and I can get more of a prediction of where things are going to go. Because the only thing I want to put down is a silo bunker, but I kind of want to know where the cow shed's going to go and kind of where the sheep pen's going to go. I do believe that in Farming Simulator 22, we can kind of quote-unquote put down ghost images, if you will, of a pen or paddock or whatever, so we can see replace and then place something else down and then delete the ones that are ghost images. I'm going to call them ghost images because I think that's a term most people have used in previous games. But we'll give that a try. I missed a little bit of wheat there. I'll come back and get it because I don't want the straw to stop. So I want to make sure we get all the straw down on the ground we can because that's the stage of fertilization. But yeah, next spring we'll definitely be putting down a silo bunker. I say next spring, whenever the grass is ready, we'll be putting down a silo bunker, getting ourselves a mowing set and a forage harvester. As to what we're going to get, I don't know. I may just get the front mower. I may get the butterfly mower with the front mower. Depends on what our cash situation is. Then we can go ahead and start making silage and start selling silage for some cash. And, well, if everything works out well, depending on how much cash we got, I may even put down the sheep pen. I don't know. The sheep pen's going to cost $100 grand. It's nice to buy things, but first you got to have the money, and there are some other things I like to buy first, but only if it comes up in the used vehicle sales department. Try to get the, save money where we can. But we'll see how it goes through the year, but I probably should kind of focus on, say, just getting the harvest done. Yes, I will be taking the plow on the T6 and plowing up the field, because that keeps the weeds away, plus we get the rocks. I did, by the way, keep an eye on the lime production, the rock pressure, and yes, it only took like 3.5 hours to get those rocks crushed. So we do have some lime, but really 6,000 liters of lime is not a lot, unless they change it in 22, how much lime fields take, but I think 6,000 liters is not quite enough. So probably just going to leave it in there. I don't have a lime spreader anyways currently. So maybe by the end of this year, when we get this field done here with picking up rocks in all 3 fields, plus the grass field that we plowed, we'll have a good amount of rocks to put down some lime somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere, because it will count 15% better yield on our fields. That's kind of key early on. So everything else is going good. The furniture shop is making furniture. The sawmill is making planks. We're doing rather well there. The chickens are doing the chicken things. Although Ronnie the Rooster, when I logged in today, Ronnie the Rooster was kind of, I would say, out of his area. But it's Ronnie the Rooster, and roosters tend to do that kind of thing. So I don't know. He was just out and about. He was actually on this side of the greenhouse, and I heard that was the thing before patch 1.2 where animals could run around on the farm. But I believe that was a fix at 1.2, so I'm not sure. But I will say this: the second I got to Ronnie the Rooster, he kind of weaved his way. He kind of like walked right through the greenhouse, right back over to his chicken pen where he kind of belongs. So yeah, I don't know. He was just out having a good time. That's fine as long as all the hens are laying eggs and reproducing. I'm fine. They can walk around anywhere they please. So the first field is almost done. I actually thought about, because technically I got 2 vehicles that I could be driving, I thought about grabbing the T6 and getting Frank over here, and Frank could start plowing this field, and I'd take the harvester over and just keep on harvesting. The only issue would be every time I'm full, I'd have to drive over to the silo to empty on into the silo. We could do that. I kind of want to see how the worker wages are now, because they kind of tweaked that a little bit in the last update. I'll say the last update. It's been like a week or 2 weeks now. Yeah, about 2 weeks now since the last update. So I really don't know how much workers charge. I know when I was on Elm Creek, they charged a lot. And the repair bills were a lot. But I heard a lot of those prices have come down quite big, so I'm happy to hear that. We'll find out here in the future. I wonder if I can get the rest of this field in this combine here before I have to unload. Maybe I'll do our other field right over there, because that's kind of like the smallest of the fields, I kind of believe. And then when I start harvesting the last field, maybe I will take the T6, put the plow on it, and let Frank start plowing this field to kind of move procedures along a little bit. Now, I should also say this before I forget, because you're going to see this episode on a Wednesday. I may not have an episode every day for No Man's Land over the weekend and going forward, meaning I think once I start the holiday season is over, I think maybe Monday through Friday would be No Man's Land, and on the weekends will be going to finish off Griffin, Indiana here kind of soon. Of course, we got ATS to continue and stuff like that, but especially this weekend with the holiday weekend, I plan on trying to take a couple days off. So I'm going to pre-record a lot of episodes, so you may get an episode every day of No Man's Land, or you may not. I don't know, but if you don't see one, don't worry. It's not like this series is going away anytime soon. I'm just going to try to take a couple days off for myself and get my brain situated, if that's even possible, but we're going to try to do that. So don't be nervous if a couple days you may not get No Man's Land. Right now, I'm going to try to do that, but we'll see how it goes. That's why I did it. Well, I did an episode of Griffin, Indiana, because, like I said, I'd like to wrap up that series a little bit, because that's near the end. But that should be like on Saturday or Sunday. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm going to put that video out. But, yeah, we'll see. And then maybe on Sunday, I'll try to get back to having a quote-unquote schedule, usually on Sunday nights, because I know we got a lot of new subscribers since No Man's Land started. Usually on Sunday nights, I post on the community page the schedule for the week, so you know when your videos are coming out and what's playing on what day. Over the holiday weekend, or last couple weeks, the holiday weeks, I have not posted a schedule because it was kind of like, I really don't know what we're doing here. Especially with No Man's Land coming out and Giants updating and being the holidays, I didn't know if I was going to have time to get an episode out every day, but so far, so good. And so far, so good on the first field. This is all nicely harvested and ready for planting in October, or September, actually. Let's jump back into the Rosslamash. Let's put the pipe in. Let me go get the second field done. Probably take me about maybe 10 minutes or so. And then when I get that field done, we're going to start harvesting the third field. And like I said, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually hire a worker to see what the working wages are, because I really don't know, like I said. And I kind of want to see what they are so I can prepare myself in the future. At some point, I got to find out, and I think maybe now would be a good time to find out. Second field is done. I just had a double check of the silo because I want to see how much wheat we get off those two fields compared to what we got last year. Unfortunately, I don't remember how much I got for barley last year, but we got about just under 30,000 liters of wheat so far off those two fields. So yeah, I don't remember what we got for barley last year. I think we got more. I think we got like 20, maybe 26,000 liters of barley. I really don't remember. I'm just coming out here to drop off the trailer for the combine, which we will be in. No, I don't. Yeah, I haven't figured out that button's not there for that yet. Can we? Thank you. All right, now we're going to hitch the plow onto the T6, and Frank is kind of new here, but he's been around. He's been one of my workers for quite a while, so he should know what he's doing, I hope. I really didn't use workers that much in Elm Creek after I saw the price not skyrocketing, but my money decreasing as fast as it was. I'm like, yeah, we're not hiring workers in Elm Creek. Those workers are ridiculous. So let's see how they are here in No Man's Land. Let's back on up there. That should be good. Alright, so we are plowing for 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. Or is it more than that? Yeah, I think it's only 2 reasons, and 2 reasons only. 1, we'll get stones. Stones will make us lime. Fine. The main reason I'm kind of doing it right now is because, yeah, we don't get no weeds by doing it that way. Alright, so let me go ahead and see, I don't know, like right about here. Better make sure it's not on allowed create fields, because I've never done that with a worker, but that could be kind of treacherous. Let's see what happens here. Any spots they miss, I will gladly come back around later on and take care of. But we're going to get back to harvesting here. We got one more field to go. And obviously I want to fill up the trailer easily, and then I'll fill up the combine. I'll just have to take the combine over and empty to the silo, which is not too bad because the silo is only right there. So we can see that, yeah, okay. I don't know which way he's going to go when he gets to the end of the field. But you know what? Work is being done. How's my money situation going? So $1 a second, so that's $60 a minute. So that's $3,600 an hour. Quick math. I hope that's right. Yeah, that sounds. I think that's the way it kind of was in 19. That can be kind of expensive, especially playing on hard economy. I mean, that's more than the leasing cost of this combine and header that we got going here. So I may just have him do that one field just to see how he does, and then send him on home and tell Frank, you know what, I'll see you when my money situation is a little bit better and when I truly need you. But right now, you know, it'll be nice to get some work done around here that I don't have to do. That's always nice. So I do have a little bit of concern about the field over yonder that I just created with that tree regrowing. I'm not sure. I wonder if the tree regrew because I don't have the stump is still there. I haven't had any of the trees regrow that I know of. So I'll have to see what's going on there. I'll cut it down again. I mean, I don't mind getting more wood. I mean, I'm going to use plenty of wood. That's for darn sure. But it should be a pretty good harvest this year because, like, we had both the stage of fertilization down in all three fields. So that was nice. We had no weeds. Yes, we still need to line the fields. The rolling. So a farmer actually left a comment on a previous video. He said it was a farmer. And someone else has said the comment way before he did. He said, well, I think it's for this, but I'm not a farmer, but it sounds good. And you were mostly right. So at least what this person said they were a farmer, and I don't have your comment and name up, so I apologize, but you know who you are. They said they roll their fields mostly when they have loose soil. So after they get done seeding, if the soil is kind of loose, they'll roll the fields after seeding to compact the soil a little bit so there's no pockets of air in the dirt. Because if you get pockets of air, there's a good chance the seed won't germinate, and then you have a bad yield. So that's why they roll the fields afterwards. Not all the time do they roll the fields, but only if they have loose dirt. But apparently in Farming Simulator 22, we always have loose dirt. So it's kind of interesting. They could actually bring compaction into the game, meaning when we go over the field with a tractor or whatever, they could do compaction because in a way that's what a roller is actually doing. So, you know, someone that really knows how to mod really well can take the physics or the script that a roller does and apply it to like wheels of tractors and whatnot. That could really be a different game changer for sure if we have like soil compaction and soil looseness. Kind of like, well, precision farming, I don't know, I use that in Griffin, Indiana, and it's kind of nice, but then again, you're kind of doing the same thing anyways. You're just making sure lime and fertilizer's down in the field. But I can see adding compaction to like tractors and harvesters. Anything with wheels, basically, when you go over a field, you're going to do compaction on the field. So if the soil gets too hard, you're probably going to want to subsoil it. If it's too loose, you'll probably want to roll it. But that's for modding, that's way over my head. I don't have that much time, so maybe somebody else will figure it out. Well, Frank is getting along rather well there. So it is nice to see work being done other than what I do. Whoop, and I am... Haha, I caught myself just as I noticed my combine is full. So let me go over and empty this on out. I'll continue working on this field more. Of course, we want to complete it all today. The good news is there is no rain in the forecast. As I'm harvesting this field and watching Frank work off in the distance, and so far at the top of the hour, he did, the first hour was $253, but then again he wasn't working for the full hour. So we'll see how much he'll charge me for plowing that entire field. But while watching him over there plowing that field and me harvesting here, So as we do know, we are getting a stage of fertilization from the chopped straw mod that we're putting on down. I am thinking though, if I came back in here with a direct drill, the one that we usually we tend to use, the Pottinger, would it actually fertilize? Because the state of the field will not have been changed. Because basically the last thing I've done to the field is quote-unquote fertilize it. So usually when you do that, if I come in here with a direct drill, I think it'll seed and use fertilizer, but I don't think it's going to fertilize the second stage of the field. But I'm not going to find out because we got Frank plowing the field behind us, and I noticed apparently he's done, sort of. He's sort of done over there. Let's get him back to work here in a second so he can finish on up. He's got two sections of the field, but then again, the field is not square, which a lot of you seem to be very pleased that I'm not doing square fields here. I mean, they're kind of square, but they're not perfectly at a 90-degree angle. I do have GPS installed on the game, but I do not have GPS on the tractor itself. That would have cost me $15,000, and in episode 1, we got very close to our $200,000 limit that we had. Extremely close. I don't think I could have bought a candy bar when I got done, but we were right there. And so far we've come, I'd say we've come a long ways here, being in hard economy. I think we're doing rather well. This is like episode 11. We've paid off $50,000, and we basically own everything except for this harvester and header that we're currently using. Everything else is ours. Thanks to Have a Seat. I do have a couple names I want to put on the sawmill, but I'll do it probably next episode or something, because I don't have my paper in front of me, and I forgot what names I kind of wrote down. Let me turn off the header for a second. Actually, I'll probably go empty off into the silo while I'm here. I want to get Frank back to working. It doesn't look like we're getting as many stones as we did the first time. It's hard to tell. It doesn't look like it has many stones, so is it possible that if you plow a field over and over and over again, eventually you get all the stones out of it? I don't think that would be the case, but I hope not, because then we bought the lime production for nothing. Alright, let Frank get back to work. I'm actually thinking, does this have... Yeah, that's not going to work. That tongue, that's what we call that in America here. The tongue of the trailer is not long enough, I think, to get underneath the combine, to hitch it on up and bring it over to the silo. Actually, thinking about the way the field is, when Frank gets to the end of that field, I think he's going to think he's done again. It's a possibility. Now in 19, they kind of fixed that problem. Oh, no, he's going to continue on. Way to go, Frank. You have learned through the years. You have improved. Alright, should be able to pull right on up here and empty on into our silo. So remember now, the way Farming Simulator 22 is, the silo can only hold, well, this one can only hold 200,000 liters total. We're a long ways from that, so no problem this year. Probably not next year, but years to come, we'll have to get much bigger silos for sure. But usually our silos are only going to store crop for our animals in the future. Like a lot of the grain will be going to the grain silo to make flour. Let's see, what else will I put in there? I would say canola oil, sunflower, that kind of stuff. But at that point, if I'm making that, if we're planting that stuff, it's because we're bringing it to the oil factory. So I probably won't be putting that into the silo either. So basically, probably that silo right there is only going to hold enough grain for our chickens. Well, Frank, I'm kind of pleased with you. You've kind of learned that when you get way at the end of a field, you don't think the field is finished. Well, I think I'm going to have at least one more full combine, and then maybe a half. So, just shy of 10,000 liters, maybe? Well, no, that's way too much, yeah. So, combine and a half would be like 7,500 liters. That's probably close to what I think it's going to be. Meanwhile, I'll keep an eye on Frank, make sure he goes finish the other field, because I want to see how much labor he's going to charge me just to plow a field that size. It's going to be like a little bit over $500, I think. One thing I have noticed, we have not washed our T6 since day one. And it's cleaner than the combine harvester that we're using today, which was already extremely filthy. Kind of interesting. Now, we will be getting a pressure washer and, of course, a workshop here rather soon, I think. And what I am going to do is, before I fix anything at our old workstation, I'm going to travel all the way back to the shop. I say travel all the way back like it's a long distance. I'm going to go into the shop and see how much it would be to repair back to the shop, then come back to our own workshop here at the farm and see if it's cheaper. So I do want to put down the Alien Gym workshop that we do have available to us here in No Man's Land. I always liked that workshop after I saw it here. I used it, I'm actually using it in Griffin, Indiana, actually, up at the main farmland. So I was kind of hoping for a combine and a half left in this field, but looks like I'm just going to get like a combine, maybe just a combine full. I might be able to fit the rest of it in here. Part of me wants to plant another crop other than cereal crop, but right now I'd just rather go ahead and plant cereal crop just to make sure we get enough food for the chickens. Once we get a full chicken pen and I can see how much feed the chickens are going to require for a season, then we can kind of figure it out from there. So I'm kind of looking forward to not ending this season, but moving on to next season where we can actually start doing like some silage harvesting rather than just harvesting and kind of mix up more. But some of these episodes will kind of be like this, where I'm only doing one job because I really don't have much else to do currently. But as we move along, we're going to have a lot of production buildings, a lot of different crops to do. I'm not sure if I can fit the rest in here. It's gonna fill up just before I get to the end, right? Or maybe not. All right, I mean, it kind of works out better. Don't keep driving forward. You're gonna lose a little stage of fertilization there. Aww. Oh well. Now let's go empty out the combine first before we return it. And I think Frank finally learned how to finish the field over there. So we'll see how much a worker, or Frank, charged me to plow that field for the little time that he was over there. It's nice to have the field done, work I don't have to do, but right now, that $500 to $750 that he probably charged me to do it, not really worth it. Just making sure he's done. Looks like he's done. So let's go in here. Yeah, save the game. That always helps out. If I come on down here... Leasing fees. Why is it $7,002? Is that how much it cost me to lease the combine header? Jeez. All right. Wage payment. $558 he charged me to plow that field, and it wasn't even an hour. Not even close. Yeah, so I'm probably off in that $3,600 per hour, or maybe not. You know, it could, you know, 'cause like I said, it wasn't even an hour. And a couple times he stopped because he thought he was done and had to go reset him. So, possibly. I don't know. So how are we doing on the wheat production over here? Looking rather good. So I got 8,000 liters in our trailer. So let's go ahead and wait to see what this unloads to. This is 4,000. This was almost 5,000 that we had in here. So we're going to have at least 45,000 liters a week when we get done. 46,000 liters a week when we get done. All right, not too bad. About 47,000 liters a week. Yeah, I don't need to really drive this back. We're going to let the store come pick it up because why should I have to do that, right? I don't want to do that. Return that. Yes. Okay, we're done with that. And yes, return that. Yes, yes. And just like that, they're gone. But the good news is we got one field completed, which is really nice. I mean completed in plowing. It does need lime, but like I said, we'll see how much lime we get off of all these fields. Next episode, probably be leasing the rock or stone picker-upper. Unless it's for sale in the store page, then I may go ahead and buy it because it's something I plan on doing often. At least I'm going to say we're going to do it often at the beginning. Who knows? When the series goes on, it might be just a little bit too much work to do, but we shall see. So we got some rock picking up to do. But I'm going to finish plowing off those two fields that we harvested today. Should not take me too long to do that. There's the extra wage payment, so it is noon. Let me just check the store page because half the day has gone by. Yeah, nothing that we're currently looking for. A small Massey Ferguson tractor. I mean, the max horsepower is 100. We're looking for something bigger than that. We don't need a trailer. Silage compactor. I don't think I really need that. And, of course, a slurry. I think it's mostly a slurry tanker, right? Slurry and digestate. Nowhere near anywhere ready for that. So I'm going to bring over here to where the forest is and kind of show you kind of the amount of trees I cut down. And kind of the way it's coming along in here. I definitely need to get the tree mulching here just because I think I hit every stump going out of the woods here with a trailer full of logs. When you do hit a stump, the logs just seem to go flying everywhere. But I got a good amount there, but I do got a path kind of coming out to here. Like I said, I wanted to keep some of these trees in here. I want the sheep pasture on that side and the cow barn on this side with a silage pit over here. So we'll see how that works. I got to work on that a little bit, but like I said, we got a ways to go before this grass field over here is ready. And definitely that tree was not there when I got done last time here. So this tree respawned in. Kind of interesting. Well, just to prove it to you and to myself, we're going to go ahead and cut it on down. And we'll pick it on up because it doesn't weigh that much. I don't know how much. I don't know kilograms to pounds. I don't know how much 125 kilograms are. But man, this farmer is in pretty good shape. Even I know 125 is not light, but to run as far as we are with. Ooh, where am I here? Where's the sawmill? We're at the sawmill. Okay, and let's go ahead and pop it in here. And there we go. 37,000 liters of wood. Planks. This thing is making planks so good. I may actually start using the planks to put in the furniture shop. I will lose income that way, in a way. Somewhat yes, somewhat no. People are going to argue about that. But we will. And how are we doing over here? Yeah, we don't even have a fifth pallet yet. Got a good amount of wood over here still. So things are doing fine. The sawmill is doing fine. We got our harvest done. So we're just at $69,000, but we do got some planks. And, of course, some furniture to sell. The chickens are doing the chicken thing. And, of course, now we have 4 fields. But I got to see if that tree keeps coming back. I may just leave it there. Well, I guess I might as well just leave it there. What's the sense of point to keep cutting it down if it's going to keep respawning? Anyways, but we got a lot of rocks to pick up. So definitely doing some rock picking. And probably maybe sell some stuff next episode just to get the money up. And hopefully something will come up for sale in the shop that we can definitely are looking forward. Maybe the rock picker. That'd be good. Because the rock picker is how much? Is it 26,000 or is it more than that? Oh, it's 52,000. Well, if it's for sale in the shop at half off, it'd be 50. I mean, sorry, it would be 26,000. The reason why I would choose this one just because the working width is 5.5 compared to 2.4 and 2. It doesn't hold as many rocks, but you know what? I'd rather have more than double the working width right now because 3 meters and less are just kind of that would take a while. Look at the eggs piling up here. Way to go, ladies. Way to go. Let's see. We did pass a month here, so we still at 201. Still at 201, but next month I'm pretty sure we're going to have 251. I kind of like that. So the farm's coming along here. I probably will see you in the month of August because September is planting, right? Let's make sure I got that right. September. Yes, in September we can plant. I'll figure out what we're going to do. Maybe even plant sorghum. And the reason why I say that is, does chickens take sorghum? There we go. That took a second. Animals, chickens, they do. So maybe we'll wait until next year and plant sorghum in the fields. And maybe by then, that way I don't have to pay leasing fees on a drill this season. And by next spring, we'll have a whole bunch of money. And maybe something will come up for sale that we can definitely use. The seed drill I want to use is one from Stevie. Had to think about that for a second. And the reason why I want... Where are the seed... There we go. That will require how much horsepower? That will require 230. I don't think our T6 will be able to pull that. I mean, currently we are pulling one that requires 210, and it's doing it rather well, so I may be able to do it. The reason why I'm going to choose this one is because the working speed is 17 miles an hour compared to 11 miles an hour. So, yeah, time is not a friend of mine when I do videos, and I got a lot of big fields. Doing the work speed a little bit faster, I'm kind of fine with that. So, does that take... I didn't check those. Does that take fertilizer as well? Or just seed? I think it takes seed and fertilizer. So, yeah, anyways, I'll figure out what we're going to do, but definitely got to pick up these rocks. Going to have plenty of rocks. And like I always tend to do at the end of videos, I tend to ramble on too long. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in No Man's Land. But until then, have a good one. Gotta bring that wheat over to the grain in case I forget about it.